Amazing. But yeah, we are going into the last Miramar match of the entire tournament. Game number 9 coming your way, guys. If you're out there in the chat supporting one team or another, spam some love, show some support for the teams that you are cheering for, because we are just underway and starting the very final day of the tournament. First circle popped. We're going down south.
And one thing as well, just to say what you were kind of getting to there as well, Toby, is, guys, if you love PUBG, if you're loving this event, tell your friends, tell your family, get everyone in here, get everyone watching this games, because this is about to go down. And already, we're seeing Actos. They're going to go a little bit further afield and get themselves into a nice position early on.
We just talked about the guys in Sun Sisters and the guys in Crest. They're immediately jumping out south. No one with them now. They'll get a chance to loot up in Val del Mar. They have plenty of time. They can rotate in from underneath, and they'll be in a good, solid foundation spot to get some loot, get some weaponry, and then they can utilize their full man advantage coming into later fights. Really glad to see them not opting to go on top with anyone else. Los Leones, though, could be a rather condensed area. I mean, there's plenty of room, don't get me wrong, but it seems like a lot of people are going that way.
Yeah, I'm really liking this, though, from L-Stars and Actos. They're going to be able to see that, obviously, there's a couple of drops close by to them. But this could be a very interesting early engagement. You've got the first 2 teams there, 4 in terms of how the points are working out, being very close.
I don't think any of them are going to fight early. And as I say, that probably could end up happening. But I think they're both so keen on being able to stay alive for the end game, especially here on the final day, that they will do everything they can to avoid opponents early on. LGE and Entis, though, somewhat close to each other. Ahang trying to see if he can find some sort of hard cover, because it looks like Indigo has indeed found himself a vehicle. Do not want to get run over right off the bat, so Timon and him will try and see if they can get into cover somewhere. Looks like they are not even going forward. They're sending in the opposite direction.
Ooh, already a few shots. Coppin Lee trying to see if he can get anything done early on. Going to try and shoot him out the skies.
Rex is actually a team that we haven't really talked about either. They've been, I don't want to say underperforming, because they were one of the other teams that came in here, just like Armory Gaming.
Oh, no.
If one SSS doesn't fight early, the other one sure will. Airwolf saying, you gotta, are you trying to punch me to death? I got a UMP, buddy. Get the hell out of here.
He was like, are you serious? Is this really what we're doing right now? Is this going to be the game plan? He might go in for the second as well. A lot of damage done there on to Kongbu, who's now going to be just with the pistol in hand, trying to hold on. He knows exactly where he is. And Aerowolf, one of the teams yesterday, they actually came out into their own a little bit, right? They were regularly, not placing massively high, like within the top 8, but they were getting a few kills on the board as well. And this is a scary early start for them. SSS, once again, kind of caught in this kind of trapped off position. Kongbu goes down, nice and easy, with the SMGs being utilized, and Aerowolf playing the team advantage here.
They can just not afford these sort of things happening. Super Suicide, they're such a talented team, and again, they're tripping up themselves. Just like we talked about before with the guys in Crest Gaming and Sun Sisters, they have something that works.
Yes.
And by doing these sort of things, you're parachuting down. Sure, you could land before the other guy, you could get the weapon, but is that risk really worth it in the end? Even if you get the guy down, there's still 4 more guys in the area to kill, and as you can see, there was no one else from SSS around them. So very dangerous play that unfortunately did not pan off, and hopefully, coming into the final 4 games on a rank, or final 3 games, on a Wrangle, after this, they will not be repeating this sort of drop. LGE now on the move as well. Had some crazy nades on day 1, and now they're spinning around with 4 guys in 1 vehicle. Not sure exactly what the plan is down there, but of course they are inside the circle and should be able to get their loot game going. L-Stars opted to drop far northwest up by El Pozo and Monte Nuevo, but they'll be getting a little safe looting gone as well, and then they'll have a little further rotation down to the circle. But as you see, with so many people already centered, should be plenty of room on the northern side of the circles for them to move in.
Yeah, this might benefit them a little bit more than I thought early on, because where so many teams dropped towards and inside the center of the circle there, coming in from the outside, they don't really have to worry as much as they normally would in comparison to what we've seen in the previous 2 days as well. Yak, he can hear what's going on. It's the LG guys in there. Now he knows at least they've got out of here, which means he can go on a little bit of a mission, see if he can find anything else going around there. And this gives Enter's Force a little bit in kind of relief here.
How does Kale have almost 400 5.56 rounds when we're only like 2 minutes into the game?
He's doing what we said about yesterday.
He's been looting.
No, you remember what we said yesterday? It's like, okay, he's really good at aiming.
I mean, they shoot all the time.
Throw the ammo over to him, boys. Just give him everything you don't need.
I was just like, the game just started. How do you have 400 rounds already? That's insane. Highly unlikely he'll get to use all of them. But if anyone else, I mean, the guys in Luminous and the guys in Ensis Force, they sure are a team that like to tab away. So keep that in Spread that ammo across your team, and you'll have plenty of ammunition to shoot at incoming vehicles and people running your way. Now, Enter's Force, again, a team that won the final game yesterday. They got that momentum going into today. Maybe we'll see. But also, having just this one Miramar game is as important as any other match. Don't get me wrong. But it can throw you off. Like, if you have a rough performance here, you could easily go over and do well in a wrangle afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be, final day, off to a bad start. It's going to cost even that much more of us to bounce back now.
I think the best way to deal with this, right, is if you're a team who maybe is not feeling Miramar as much, then you just kind of say, all right, never mind, we just ignore this every time. Because so there are some teams who are in a really good spot for him. With this crate being in the water, this is going to be a nice pickup for LGE here as well. Yeah. He spots out, and you saw him check. He was like, okay, is anyone else going for this right now?
Smart.
Can I bait in and get a kill potentially? Will they come to me? Okay, look, it's looking pretty clear. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get myself stacked up. And that helmet's definitely going to get him with a nice bit of benefit there straight off the bat. Hey, and look, there's our Super Scout, Star-Lord.
Oh, and
back
for
on
some reason he's on his own. Who would have thought? The other guys and actors, Red, making their rotations. Juanita, sorry, average damage 440 per game. This guy has been tapping away and shooting up close as well. An insane force to be dealt with, and he is just, I mean, for any other team, we saw that one game when he died early. Actually, it's just, they didn't fall apart, but they clearly didn't function without him in the mix there.
Yeah, yeah, and that was the thing, right? He was kind of the man they need to look at as he plays in like a very defensive position, but he's always there kind of taking the long distance duels, backing up Star-Lord who's scouting around, and he was able to do not just so much damage, but help out, get the knocks on, help him get the kills as well, because it would allow Star-Lord to push up and get into it.
Quick note, L-Stars are moving in 4 vehicles.
Good.
That is a upgrade from yesterday. 3 games where there were 4 guys in 1 vehicle. Now they have heard us, they have taken notes, they have helped Mr. James Banks not get a heart attack, and they are now moving safely in each of their vehicles.
Yeah, I was in heart attack center the other day. It just baffled me. We went from day 1 where they did vehicles how I would say is properly done.
Yeah.
And then yesterday it was like, let's put 3 or 4 people in one. I'm like, guys, please, let's not do this. I don't need to see this.
Yeah. Ambulance spotting out some of the guys in Crest Gaming, obviously. I say obviously, but hopefully. Not going to try and push down towards them, realizing there's more than one guy. I actually like the position that Armory Gaming have there on the southern side of the city. And with the circle primarily going down towards the water, whenever or if the circle shifts out of Las Leonas, they'll be in a very, very good position to either decide for themselves if we want to go further down immediately or do we want to try and hold off the people leaving the city into sports. Now, though, sitting, hiding, and ready for the backstab attack onto Timon, and there's absolutely no counterplay coming out there.
Daiyi's not even in a position to kind of try and challenge that in any way. There's no point in him trying to get involved in this engagement whatsoever. But that is a very devastating loss there for the LGE boys, because it isn't just like he went in there on a Hail Mary. I think he literally had no information they were.
No, he had no clue they were there. That's why he closed the doors, boys.
Trickery. Can't work.
We saw the guys in the Sun Sister on the southwestern side just now. Now I want to see. I'm excited to see how they're going to rotate on forward. Sanju now saying, we lost a teammate, but we'll do everything we can to take revenge. Now, as SS, though, they lost 2 teammates really, really early on, and them rotating in like this. Oh, Ahang with the M249. If there's a weapon you want to have shooting at vehicles, this is just it. Oh, it's gonna... Oh, he goes down. You could even hear the crowd in the background like, oh, what's going on? He would be exploded in the end. Ahang with the absolute beast of a weapon when it comes to destroying vehicles. Oh, that's unfortunate. SSS down to 1 player already.
Yeah, he couldn't have asked for a better position at that point. SSN's like, oh, I've escaped 1, and then straight into another.
He's just waiting for him.
Just gets pulled apart completely there. The Freaky getting a bit of the revive going on, making sure they're going to keep everyone alive as of now. SSS now down to just 1 player left alive. It is not a good start for them here in Miramar. But like we said, you can always bounce back as we go on to a wrangle for the next 3 rounds after this. Now 17 on your screen at the moment. Yesterday, they started to step it up just a little bit, right? Yep. They've always been hanging in there, but they're always kind of just outside the placement points.
They've just had engagements where it's clear that they had the chance to pull it off. I don't know if it's miscommunication or just not the shots that you needed to land that's been missed. they've just been having a rough time in that regard. Now Adio goes down, but Sensei securing himself a kill. The guys in purple mood yesterday had some high fragging games as well, so showing off there that they have the aim needed in order to take these engagements.
And this is so good from Just Moment. He's on his way round the side. They'll be able to try and catch him off from the edge. YDD's trying to do some damage here, but they've got to be really careful of this kind of flanking position. The nade goes over the top, but how much can L-Stars do? With having one player knocked, they're going to get the revive on, but Just Moment's position is so key here. He'll be able to do some huge damage. And Actos, they're in there as well. The nades are going out. This is not looking good. That's a brilliant nade. Aldo once again knocked as soon as he's brought back up. More nades coming out, and Just Moments looking to deal the damage and finish him off here. L-Stars, #1 team at the moment. This is not what they would have needed. They cannot afford to lose too many players early on. This is very much what happened to them in day 2.
I'll put it this way. If they can get out of this only losing one guy, that would be very, very fortunate. They had a rough engagement there. Erdo got taken down immediately. Easy went for the rest. Fortunately got out, but oh my god, look at that. Just Moment popping out both the guys from the vehicle.
Easy's there, though. Easy should be able to at least try. He's on his own. He's kept himself nice and hidden. Maybe he's just going to have to leave it. He can't even have a chance now. Just Moment's finished off his teammates. Oh, no, this isn't good, though, for Actos either. Purples have just come into their own. They're starting to get some damage done. Holt's given some cover fire. Easy's getting involved in this as well. But this is where Easy's going to be a bit of a nuisance for the Purple boys, because they probably did not expect him to even be trying to engage at this moment.
Not at all. I don't think he wanted to either, but he heard the guys coming close. They started taking casualties on the other side, and he would have them in an off-card moment. And for Easy right now, he needs to just stay alive. It's a tough task, but on Miramar as a solo player, it can be done. You need to somehow get your way into that top 4 spot and not take any engagements up until that point. Starwalk rotating alone.
As per usual, he's doing his thing.
Making his way downtown, driving fast, and he's homebound, maybe? I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know where he resides on Miramar. But nonetheless, the guys in purple mood with a little shocker there, losing one player, will be making their move down. But holy moly, Just Moments taking out both the guys in the vehicle. That was an absolutely insane performance. That's going to be so rough for the guys in L-Stars.
That flank was so key as well, right? They just read him like a book. L-Star all fully engaged, looking at all of purple, maybe not counting the heads they kept seeing. He was able to work his way around and get himself into the fray there, do some nice damage. But they are still under heavy fire. Coppin Lee's going to be the one to be able to at least finish one off. Can he find any more? He's on the hunt with it, and he's got the 8 times to work with.
Coppin Lee is one of the few guys in Rex region that has really been able to set himself apart with his DMR plays. He's been tapping away, he's been dealing a lot of damage, but he's also been getting a lot of knocks. Might not have been finishing up in kills, but he's been doing a lot of damage on towards these people when they've been rotating on through. So good to see him once again active. Rangers rotating far down on the southern side. Nothing new under the sun in that regard. Do lose one player, and as you can see, the 3 remaining guys in LGE have indeed spotted them out. So should this next circle shift further west, they will have to push through the guys.
Yeah, they've got to be very cautious as well, because Actos at the moment are the team who are looking in a good position considering where they're sat, right? They are in 2nd place. L-Stars only have 1 left remaining. Aerowolf still doing further damage here, finishing off Pure Boy from Crest, which is just, this is where Aerowolf are. They keep finding these engagements, and they do so well when they're coming into it. These last 2 days, they've really started to just hit their shots and make it work for them.
Arius sitting here trying to figure out, wait, I thought we were the ones that were the furthest away from the circle. Yeah. You always, at no point can you give up that vision in your 180 behind you. You need to always have one guy that's pretty much running backwards in towards the circle and making sure no one's coming up from behind, because that's what happened right there. And Airwolf secured themselves 1 kill. Now they got the guys in Crest Gaming running towards the circle with them right behind them.
We've got Nova on there, who did get that 1 win yesterday, currently set in 7th position. They're in the vehicles. They've got themselves into a nice spot. They want to definitely try and capitalize on the success from yesterday and bring themselves further up the rankings. They could be a little bit of a dark horse to watch out for here.
See Booyah, the headset man of the year, trying to get himself some nade kills over on the other side. Not quite the case, though. But fights do escalate once again. Arius goes down, and Kurt gets a knock in return. So 1 down from each team, but keep in mind that we already have Poor Boy eliminated from the game. So that fight could potentially escalate to more. AG as well as Rex Region on each their side of the road, and the Freaks take shots now as well. This is what's happening when you have a circle like this coming into circle number 4 in an area that's this open. Sure, you have the dips that you can see right here, and the terrain will grant you some sort of cover, but it's very, very compound based around this area of the map.
Yeah, movement's going to be key to find themselves that cover and get them into some compounds. Afrika, though, they're just looking to try and annihilate anyone that's pushing in. Just coming through the edge of the circle there. And 17, at least for now, they're under fire, but they're staying up. They're not being picked off just yet. Really good positions, though, here for Actos, Nova, and the purple teams with AHQ on the side as well.
And you saw SSS on the southwestern side completely changing up strategy, playing it so safe and cautious, kind of incorporating the Korean style of play. And now we got Roa trying to see if he can do some damage. Actually, does manage to get the knock off onto one guy. Arias will get knocked by the circle after he got rest. So Crest Gaming off to a rough start in game number 1.
MB there, hiding away. He heard Jaden run past him. He kept himself. And he was like, okay, look, I need to stay alive. I need to try and get myself further up these points. No teams have been eliminated yet, and I'm the only one alive. I've got to play this as best as I can, so I'm not going to engage just yet, and that is the right decision. But remember, he's still got 51 players on the server, or 50 with everyone else there.
Right here, this is so smart. The guys from Rangers, they knew that LG had to leave that compound at some point. They tried to move underneath them. Sanctuary might be able to get an off-guard position here, but really smart way that they rotate in. But Intersports now moving up towards the remaining players from Purple Mood as well.
Intersports want to get into this. Shots coming in, and then Purple are going to be the first team eliminated. They started off so strong. They took the right engagements, but now it's not paid off for them. Crest Gaming eliminated next. He couldn't manage to hold on at all there. Oh my god, it's all popping off right now. And 17 annihilating Armory Gaming, the guys that came up with that huge kill game yesterday. This time around, it's not going to work out for them. While Rangers still on top of this hill, they're looking for the LGE players, and they've got a nice good set of cover here. Daiyi's really going to have to try and be so cautious in the position. Maybe try and back away or at least get the help from the rest of his team.
Afrika Freaks making their presence inside this little triangular fight now as well. Not sure anyone knows they're coming, and at least if they do, they're not sure that there's 3 teams here, but just 2. Daiyi, as you said yourself, holding this position, not going to move away from here. Knows that he has the upper hand and the element of surprise in his favor. Should a fight erupt, and now with the shots coming in, it's just a moment, or just a matter of moments before Nox will come as well.
Yeah, those nades going off. Rangers being pushed back just a little bit here. This has worked out in Daiyi's favor. He's proned and ready. He's got his team now coming to back him up. Rangers, maybe now is the time where they've got to make a decision. Do we want to go for this, or do we fall back and run away and live to fight another day? Because Suck's busting off a few shots here, but everyone else has been pushed back just a little bit. Eska, he needs to get involved in these engagements as well. He's been a key member of this team to deal the damage across the board. Afrika, though, they're unrelenting. They're just gaining more ground here. They're really wanting to go for it.
Afrika Freaks, they need to get inside the circle as well. It's already pushing. You see them there just on the edge. We are moving into circle 5 in just a short moment. It's gonna start to do a whole lot more damage, and I'm not sure with their med situation if they can handle or if they can afford being out for this long. We still have NB out here as well. He's been chilling for a while. Guys, can you please just move in? I'm trying to get inside the circle as well. Come on, man. Just get forward. Start moving. But, of course, he cannot do anything but wait for these guys to go before him.
Poor NB. He's like, I can hear it all. I can see it all. I really don't want to push forward. But, guys, come on. Time, man. I'm trying to chill here, do my thing. Potentially getting the points. This is nice, though, from Holt. Long range in up from Actos. Damage being done as well. This is good. And Rangers, they can't catch a break no matter where they are, no matter where they turn. They're under fire.
And this is exactly what we saw them do in the 16-kill game as well. They were sitting in the forest. They were taking these shots at teams that were already fighting, which means they cannot afford to give up the cover they have. So they need to pretty much just tank the bullets from Actos. That's how they got so many kills that game. Now they're trying to do the exact same thing again with a good center position in the circle. AHQ now starting to get active on the kill feed. This could be exactly what they need in order to start getting some momentum in their way here in day number 3.
And this is what I want to see as well, right? As soon as I saw AHQ up there, I was thinking, yes, this is nice. This is what we want to be looking at here. Because, again, they've been so quiet, but yet they're so skilled. We want to see them be able to really shine in a situation like this. As LG, they're going to have to back away just a little bit, but they run straight into Arrow Wolf. Damage being done, and this is not looking good for LGE whatsoever.
So smart by LGE that they tried to push underneath, but the solo player in Amakin just sitting down there, picking them apart as they tried to move down. Really unfortunate. 2 solos could potentially be trouble. Not going to happen to one of them, though. SSS will go down in 13th place. Unfortunately for them, but they will, of course, have a chance to make it back on the games of Arango coming up after this one. 17 Gaming now making their run. And I wonder where they're going. Into the melting pot of death on the southeastern side of the circle.
Yeah, this is such a stacked area. There's so many teams fighting off here. 17 starts to engage, but he can't get it. Gets knocked down. Will he be able to stand up? Shows there to try and back him up. He's going to have to try and deploy some smokes in there. And they're actually getting a kill on the board. Can he do any more damage? or 17. They've come into this engagement, thought it might be a little bit easier in this. Probably didn't realize how many teams were here. Afrika and Actos, they're all chiming in.
And look at this, now the action starts to come in. This little, I mean, the push from 17 might just have been the little spark that lighted the fuse, because everyone is now aware of each other's positions, realizing, oh my god, there's so many people around here. We have to do something. Easy with the rotation push up on the northern side, all by himself. God, he's just taking shots at people. He's not afraid at all. Rangers and Afrika now finally getting into this engagement too.
Roa. There's two players from Rangers in the smoke, but he doesn't seem aware. He might have thought that it's just the bait or they've moved away already. The oh so cautious. Takes the shot onto Suck there.
It's a solo player remaining. The remaining guys on his team were eliminated. Not sure if he's not aware that people could be inside this right now. He is looking backward. Of course, when we have the X-ray on, it will seem as if the smoke is a little smaller than it is, but Afrika Freaks will, in the end, get eliminated in 11th place. And there's only one player left in LGE now. So for all these teams that sat 4 guys strong on the southeastern side, they all paid with their lives trying to make it out of there.
Full credit and respect to Easy from L-Stars, though. He's not just turtling up. He's even taken a couple of engagements here. He does need to get a move on, though. He needs to start playing it really smart, and Nova's certainly looking for him at this stage.
Airwalker will go down on the inside tree, getting himself a little bit of revenge for his fallen comrades. Airwolf out in 10th place, and for the guys and actors sitting inside, good spot in the circle. We'll just wait for these teams to come closer. This is not going to be easy. And down he goes.
Actos do manage to get the final kill. L-Stars are eliminated in 9th place. 8 teams remaining. Actos at the moment, 3 kills in a really good spot. And across all of their engagements, they've made the good decisions on when to go in for it and when to back away, which has kept them with all their players alive. And also, they've got such a distance on the other teams. They're playing at long range with the scopes to make sure that they can keep some cover and they don't have to overextend to be able to take part in this.
I will just put it this way. With the crowd noise in the background, we have not heard the action from the crowd at all this tournament. Believe me, if we can hear it, the guys on stage can hear it as well. And that has a huge impact on how these guys do. Now the circle, oh my lord, somebody really want these guys and actors to get themselves a win on Miramar, because they just got gifted a huge circle up to their compound. Not only are they dead center, but everyone will have to run uphill across here, as you just saw on the camera, in the open in order to get there. And if there's one thing we know that the guys and actors can do, that's tapping those guys on their movements.
Yeah, Actos, the long-range game is what they want, and it's going to play into their hands. Indigo, he's getting a few shots off there. Can't make him connect, but he knows where the Nova players are now. Got to be careful of the return fire coming his way as well. And it really is Actos and Entus, these two teams going very much back and forth. But L-Stars, 0 points in the end there. Not ideal for them. That means 100% Actos are ahead of him right now.
Yeah, by far 0 kills and the 9th place for them. That is not the way they wanted to start off the final day of the PUBG Asia Invitational. Fortunately, they do have 3 more games to climb back up. They've had more of a success on Erangel than they did on Miramar. Had some really good games there yesterday, so hopefully they can bounce back off of that. Unfortunate day 2 for them as well, but the day 3 could be the one where they regain things. And now AHQ, as we want to see them as one unit, trying to make their way forward and sweep through the entire eastern side.
Actos, though, firing the shots off onto them. They're really pinned down here. They're by Rex, but at the same time, they've got Entus and Actos firing all the shots off, and they're just hitting it. And this is what we're on about. It's the damage that these Korean guys can deliver, and it's happening once again. Rex get eliminated, 5 kills up on Actos, but everyone had a shot at them.
This terrain is so unforgiving. They had to move they had to make the move across the road somewhere. Thought this was the better place, but 4 teams shooting down towards them, only leaving 1 player alive now for HQ. It's going to be K3 all by himself up against the remaining player for Ensis Force. Oh, this is not going to be easy at all. Does get the knock onto one guy. Does get the knock on the finish off onto one guy, but Yak and Son Yang still very much in play. They've made their way forward, though, and as you can see on your minimap down there in the corner, K3 will need to make the move as well.
Yeah, that was a bit of an error, though, on some of the Entus boys. They're a little bit too far behind, and it didn't work out for them whatsoever. But now we're in a position where Nova, a team yesterday that we saw walk away with a win, they started to work their way back into this. And they're coming around behind Actos. If Actos are so focused on this position, they may be blindsided.
The fact that Nova was able to come into the circle... Yeah, that's a headshot. The fact that the guys in Nova was able to come in the circle from the northern side, and there were so many people. Look at this. You have Nova on the northern side. Didn't have to fight anyone. They probably don't even have a single kill. You have SSS on the south. There's Japanese guys from Sun Sister playing it so smart and cautious, and you can see how it's paying off. They might not have those kills they're used to getting early game, but they sure are 4 guys alive in the very, very final couple of circles.
And we are at the top 4 short stage. SSS, like you said, playing at smart. Nova in there as well. We have got a good mix of teams into this. Nova, this would be huge for them just to be in the top 4, right? Let alone the kills and stuff that they're going to be able to bring into it. Actos, they're having to reposition themselves a little bit. Look, we see Star-Lord, the Super Scout, working his way around. But again, Actos, they're getting incredibly lucky, as is SSS, with how this circle's playing out.
This circle is absolutely key for the guys in the SSS. They don't even have to do anything. They can just sit down here. Now you see that Danji does spot one. Gabba gets spotted. He starts shooting at them as well. What they can do, as you see right here, they can just back down the hill. They don't need to engage in this. Of course, the longer the wait, the closer the opponents will get. And there are only so many areas you can play from down there. I mean, they will be kind of swooped around, but you saw Nova win a game like that yesterday where they were pinned down, get that crucial knock, and they can make the move out from there. Could be plays ready to happen.
Actos, though. Okay, they're aware now that Nova are behind him. Nova needs to get a move on. Look at the time. They're going to start taking damage, and now we're at phase 7. This is when it starts to get a little bit more unforgiving. I wonder if Nova just expects someone to try and... Yeah, okay, they're all being pushed back. That's what I thought. I was like, why are they sat back for so long? This is a very difficult position to move up on. Nova, they've done so well to get to this point, but only 2 kills at this moment, and with just the 4 points that they'll get from it, it's not exactly ideal.
And this is what Actors do. People watching the game are like, oh, they just get compounds, and they can just sit there, nobody's contesting them. Guys, everyone's contesting Actors. They want to get this compound, but as you can see, every time someone within 150, 200 meters gets anywhere close and spots them in that compound, they will start firing away, and that's why nobody can get there. It's not that people don't want to come take the compound. Actors simply just don't allow them to.
And Actos have fought so hard for it. They've taken the engagement and they've been spamming off the shots, long distance, railing in on teams.
Look at the rotations from Nova. Smart rotation up over the hill. Anini is going to be the one taking fire from this. Could maybe just... Oh, this is going to be a hard spot for him.
Very nice from Actos. Good awareness. Now Nova, what can they do? Smoke's already in their hands. They're trying to do it. Yak, he's not taking a shot just yet. And the reason why is he's got only 2, him and his teammate, left alive. They want to be able to say, okay, we can just be a little bit more cheeky. We can hold back. Now the Storm will get one of the Nova players who's still got 3 of them remaining. They've done well, but how are they going to push down into this? This is the real difficult rush. Trying to beat off the circle as well, using the smokes as best they can. Actos, though, one player pushed up, everyone else playing the distance game. The Nova players are under heavy fire.
And this is the thing, every time the Actors guys try to push up and get an angle onto the Nova boys, the guys in SSS will start tapping away at them. Danchi realized and has tried to fall back down, but he's going to go down. Not sure if Star-Lord's going to be able to come over and get the rest. Now, finally, we see the guys in Sun Sister getting in on the action here. Gappa with the knock onto Pooperfish.
People have got to be really cautious, though, of Enter's force. 2 alive is one thing, but while all these other fights are going on, they're just proning their way to victory here, potentially. They're going to go like, oh, okay, you guys fight it all off. We'll get into the fray. But actually, Gabba's the one to find Yak, and that's a big loss for the Enter's force team.
Look at the way SSS are lining up now. They're starting to spread around the right side. They know people will try and swoop around, and we need to make sure that's not possible. Gabba is up there alongside one of his teammates. They're holding off any potential push coming down, so if they know that their eastern side is clear, they can send all the focus coming up after this over to the west. But Actors, 4 guys alive in the final circle. Yu now, though, needs to get out the circle, starting to tag him.
Yeah, Yu. Got to be so cautious. That's doing heavy damage. He cannot survive for too long. He's trying to play it so smart. He knows he wants to try and walk away with a potential kill here, but it's going to be really hard for him to get.
Actors, if they could get this win with the guys in Luminous Stars with a 0-point game, that would throw them so far up in front and really require for the guys in Luminous Stars to get their things going on Wrangle. Sorry. Yu doing everything he can to be as small as humanly possible. Shooting away, now gets spotted. Now Gabba goes down. Let's get the finish off though onto Yu.
Yeah, SSS, they are still getting the kills on there, but they've got to be so cautious. They don't really have the high ground advantage here. The grenades are coming out. Sam is in a very pressured situation. Sabrak, though, onto Star-Lord. This is looking good. What can the Japanese do here? Well, he's getting into the fray. This is looking so strong. The knocks are coming in across the board. Hulk, he needs to get into this. He's been far too quiet across the board. Shots coming in, and this is how it comes. The nade into play. Sabrak on the floor as well. Right down to the wire. Actors, though, they are down a player. SSS, can they get it done? Not a time at all. Actors Stars Red, another victory. And once again, they're starting off the day with a win.
And this is where they strive. This is where, alongside teams like Luminous Stars and 17 Gaming, I want to say as well, this is where they show we are not to be taken down. Send these guys up 4 guys strong with all the info. They have their ability to spread out, get the info and everything. Insanely well played by the Koreans. But you cannot take anything away from the guys in Sun Sister. They've completely changed up their style from day 1 and 2, and there's a reason that they got that 2nd place, and that's exactly that.
I'm so happy that when we were doing the pregame, we spoke about Sun Sisters as well, right? We said they are a good team. They have the ability. Well, this is what we wanted to see from them. They played that so well. The only problem they had there, and it's not their fault at all, is they had to work their way up the hill, right? They didn't have the advantage, and they were still really putting up a massive fight against Actos, who certainly had the advantage in the actual engagement.
And in all honesty, I mean, I don't want to favor anyone here, but there's a reason that we got the guys in Actors in 1st place with the amount of kills that they're capable of getting. They are as hard a competition in this game to take on 4v4 as any team. They were already taking fire from the guys in Nova and a bit of Entis around this side. They actually did manage to get the first initial 2 knocks down on towards the guys in Actors. But then you just see Hulk and Juanita, I believe it was, popping off there in the end.
Yeah, I think because Hulk, he wasn't really getting into the fight, right? He was kind of hanging back at the time. Once he got the nades out, and that's what he was trying to do, he pushed them back a little bit. Then he took fight, and then we saw it get a little bit better for him. Because I was really worried. I was like, come on, Hulk, like let's get involved in this. Your team's going down. You're a little bit further to the side. This could be really bad. Because that's the thing about SSS. They were very much more compact together.
One thing that's important, though, is that they got those 2 knocks onto Actors, and only because Hulk stayed, he spotted Sabak, because Sabak did this smart thing. As soon as they got those 2 knocks, he tried to swoop around the side and get the position from above. He spotted him, took him out in the run there. That was really, really smart play by him.
The points are going to be looking very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
L-Stars went out with 0. The Chinese team who were in #1 spot, they didn't have a very good game once again. And it's just this kind of problematic scenario for them because they're going for some of these engagements, but it's not like they're just not hitting their shots again. And like YDD, he's been such a beast across the entire game, but I think they can't just rely on him to be the star player. We need the rest of them to be able to step up now.
In all fairness, Purple Mood completely butchered them. I mean, you get 2 guys popped out of vehicles pretty much immediately, and you have Aruo taken out as he got out of his vehicle as well, and there were just teams all over them, and this happened in Circle 1 and 2. Had it been later, when they have some more room to maneuver around, would have been a whole different ballgame, but they just never had a chance to fight back.
But it was a very smart play from Purple as well, right?
It was. They played it super well. They played it really well.
It was the flank as well. The L-Stars, if they were aware of it, they should have been looking around, right? And no one was. They got completely blindsided. So L-Stars, again, they just need to be. I need to see that keen focus come into play, man.
Well, the thing is, YDD, he spotted the push around the corner, but as soon as he started shooting up at just moments, shots were coming in return, not only from Purple, but also for some of the teams that were around there. So he never had a chance to back up his resing teammate, and that's just how it is, unfortunately for them. But they will have to step it up here in the final games. You see the scoreboard up here on the screen as well, RRQ. Unfortunately for them, not able to do anything. This is coming into today, I want to say, because there's no way in hell that Sun Sisters with that 2nd place game are way down here. But you can see round 10, 11, 12, 0 points for the Japanese. And today, 2nd place in this game, really well done by them.
Yeah, those points have not been updated for...
No, it's from yesterday. It's from yesterday.
Okay. It says day 3, round 9, though. That can't be right. I can't believe this. There's got to be an error on that. Okay, I've got it up here at the moment as well. So what we saw there from SSS was they came 2nd, but they only got 4 kills. So
that's what it was.
That is the problem.
So they are still way down there.
But Actos now, right, they've got 90 points. They came 1st place, and they got 11 kills. OGN enters 4th. They came 4th place with 6 kills, and now they're in 2nd. L-Stars went out in 9th, 0 points, 0 kills. Means they're still in 3rd, but 73. OP Rangers didn't have the best game. They got 5 kills, but finished in 5th place. They didn't get themselves in the big point system. But what that has done is literally push them up a little bit further. 17 gamers still sit in 5th place as well. So yeah, these points haven't been fully updated at the moment, at least on the 2nd board, is it? Yeah, the 1st.
I completely brain farted that one. That's my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It is hard to keep track of this.
The fact that